Greeting guys, I'm called Epenza Leslie and today I'm going to take you on business math, more precisely on progression, and under progression we're going to do what is known as arithmetic progression. Firstly, when we talk of progression, what do we understand by progression? Progression is a sequence of events in a given manner. So arithmetic progression now, which is under progression, what is arithmetic progression? Arithmetic progression, it is denoted as AP. It is denoted as AP, which is arithmetic progression. Arithmetic progression here is obtained. A sequence here is obtained by adding a number known as a common number known as a common difference. Known as a common difference, which is denoted D, to a previous one. To a previous one. So let me just say, for example, we have the first 10. First 10 here is denoted as, the first 10 here in our arithmetic progression is denoted as A. That is small a. So we have the first 10, which is A. We have the second 10, which we don't know. How are we going to obtain that second 10? The second 10 is obtained by taking this first 10. This is the first 10, T1. The second 10 is obtained by taking the first 10 A plus the common difference D. Give the second 10. And the third term is obtained by taking the second term, that is A plus D, plus the common difference again, which is D. That is, we can obtain our T3 by taking the first term, A, plus the common difference, D, plus the common difference again, D. Because this represents the second term, and this is the common difference. That means T3, it is A plus, when you add this 2, it will give you 2D. Here that means that for us to obtain a succeeding sequence or a succeeding number, we add a common difference to the previous number. Just like here, like I said, for us to obtain the second term, we added the common difference to the first term. And for us to obtain the third term, we added the common difference to the second term. That's what they say. To obtain a succeeding number, you add a common difference to the previous number. Then how can we do to obtain our common difference if it is not given? For example, we had our first term A, we have our second term A2, and we have our third term A3. And they say we should look for our common difference. We do not know our common difference. But we know that if we take A3 minus A2, it should be equal to A2 minus A1. The difference between these two should be equal to the difference between these two. So we cannot denote that for us to obtain our D, it is either we take the succeeding term, which is A3 minus the previous term A2, or you can still take A2 minus A1. So what you can easily jot here is that for you to obtain your common difference, you take the succeeding term minus the previous term for you to have your common difference. Then what we shall do next is arithmetic mean. How do we do to obtain our arithmetic mean? But before we go there is something. If they give you a progression, like let me say for example, you have progression, you have 2, 4, 6, and 8. And you have, let's say, 40, 30, 20, and 10. From this first progression, we can see that the common difference here is this 2. Because from this first progression, we can see that for us to obtain our common difference from this first progression, it is 4 minus 2, which is 2. And it is the same like 6 minus 4, which will give us 2. And from the second progression, If we want to obtain our common difference here, it is 30. 30 minus 40, which is equal to negative 10, and it is the same like 20 minus 30, which is equal to negative 10. You can see your answer here, it is negative and here it is positive. That means a progression can be increasing. If the common difference of a progression, it is a positive sign. That means the progression it is increasing. That is, if D is greater than 0, that means the progression is an increasing progression. It's an increasing progression. But if D is less than 0, that means the progression is a decreasing progression. The progression is decreasing. And if D is equal to 0, that means the progression is a constant progression. So now we shall now go to the next step, which is the arithmetic mean. Okay, the arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean can be abbreviated as AN. Arithmetic mean. Okay, let's just say if we say A, B, and C are three consecutive terms in an AP, and we know that the common difference, for us to have a common difference here, we know that C minus B is equals to B. Consider these three terms as three terms in a consecutive, that three terms consecutive, that cause three consecutive terms. Three consecutive terms. If we say C minus B is equals to B minus A, this is the formula to calculate the common difference. When you take the succeeding term minus the previous term, then we bring like them together. B will go that side, which is C. This A will cross and it will become positive. Is equals to B. This B will cross and it will become positive. Then we say C plus A is equals to 2B. B plus B, 2B. We will now say B, 2B divided by 2 is equals to C plus A divided by 2. Therefore, B is equals to C plus A divided by 2. This B is the arithmetic mean, and it's also the second term in an arithmetic progression. That's how you do to calculate your arithmetic mean. Then the next one we are going to see is the nth term. The nth term of a progression. The nth term of an AP. If we know the first term, if we denote, if A is equal to the first term, D the common difference, D the common difference, then we know A, which is the first term, A plus D, which is the second term, A plus 2D, which is the third term, up to A plus bracket n minus 1D. This n means any term in which you are asked to calculate. Maybe they can ask to calculate the fifth term. This n will represent the 5. So we can see from here that A is our first term. To have our second term, we take A plus the common difference, which is D. To have our third term, and our third term is A3. To have our third term, we say bracket D, which is the same like A plus 2D. That's how we got this one. Now tell us that for us to calculate the nth term of an AP, this therefore means that the nth term, which is Tn of an AP, is gotten by A plus n minus 1D. That's what you do to calculate the nth term of an AP. Any term they ask to calculate. If they say calculate the 20th term, you cannot go and be saying A plus D plus D plus D plus D. No. You just say A, you put your first term, you put the 20th term they ask you to calculate here, minus 1, and you put the common difference there, and you easily calculate. Then we shall go to the last one for the day, which is the sum of n term. The sum of n term. We need to note our A, first term, and D. And we know that for us to have the sum of an n term, it is A, which is the first term, plus the second term A plus D, plus the third term A plus 2D, plus up to the n term, which is A plus n minus 1D. That means for you to have the sum of all your terms, maybe they ask to calculate the sum of 5 terms or the first 5 terms. You're not going to be calculating each term and be adding. No. What you do is you just take directly from the formula. We can say, okay, from this we can simplify using a direct formula. That means Sn can be gotten as n all over 2 divided by 2a plus bracket open n minus 1d. That's it. This formula here like that represent the n term, and this one is just now for you to have the sum. When you take these two and you add, you give the sum. It therefore means Sn is equal to n all over 2 bracket open 2a plus n minus 1d close. Now, what if in case they give you the first term and the last term? How do you do? And they say you should calculate the sum of the 20th term. Maybe they gave you the first term and they gave you the 20th term. You simply use this formula. Sn is equal to n all over 2 bracket open a plus the last term, which is L. L is equal to the last term. You use this formula. So guys, from here you can see that it is very easy for us to easily have all what we wish to calculate. Either the first term or the second term or anything. They can give you a question where they give you the sum and then they give you the common difference. And they do not give you the first term. They say calculate the first term. From this formula, you can easily know your first term. They can also give you the first term and they say calculate the last term. From this one, you can easily know your last term. Okay, guys, that was that for the first part under the progression under business maths, and which for the theory part. Then next video we are going to see the examples so that we can boost up our understanding. And please, guys, subscribe if you're not yet subscribed, and please a comment in the comment box so that we can know your point of view on our video. Thank you once more. Bye bye.